Here we are on Cadillac Mountain in Bar Harbor, Maine. We made it. I just wanted to remind you, face your challenges, fight your battles before you climb the mountain. Hey, what's up, docs? Because remember, we're all defenders of caregivers. Both are plural. You're a defender and a caregiver. Anyway, I'm out of breath. We're up on, we're in Bar Harbor, Maine, on top of Cadillac Mountain. And here at Defender of Caregivers, we're trying to focus on offering a diversion, but also perspective. They say comparison is the thief of joy, and perspective, I say, is a gift of awareness. Got a lot of perspective on this trip. You know, did things wrong here and there, could have done better, blah, 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 whatever. So offering some diversion, offering an insight to the caregiver personality, and also what I call caregiver distortions. They're really cognitive distortions, but they're stinking thinking patterns that we all fall into when we're stressed. And caregivers are uniquely stressed because they live their life vicariously through others and often feel like they're alone on a journey because it can be an isolating trip. So one of the things I talk about is, you know, the saying, a sermon on the mount. You don't want to wait until you're on the mountain to give the sermon. You want to try and address your fears and your concerns and your challenges before you get on the mountain, because then you're emotional when you're on the mountain and you can take things too far and be out of perspective. So one of the caregiver distortions is called emotional reasoning, where because you're upset about something, the more upset you are, the more true you think your perspective is. And usually it's the reverse or the obvious. And so emotional reasoning is where you kind of feed on your own emotions and give them more validity the more emotional you are. And that leads to the old saying, the sermon on the mount, where you're going to really set things straight. So the time to do it is before you climb the mountain, not when you're already upset. And as far as being alone, you know, here I am on the top of a mountain, right? And it's just me and God and the outdoors. But if you want to change your perspective, I'm hardly alone. There's my loving wife, caregiver wife, Vicky, and even a stroller up here. So even when you're up on the mountain, you're not alone. So more to come, I guess, I think. Still learning how to shoot these videos and what to share, but having a good time. This is what I call a shakeout trip. We got the Docmobile out on the road again, learning how to live in it. This time around, I'm learning how to live in it with Vicky, because before COVID, it was mostly just me on the road. But now we're married and living together instead of full-time, instead of just part-time. And so when I go on the road, I'll frequently be taking her with me. So we'll see out there soon. Remember, emotional reasoning is when you get upset and then you get even more upset, because your being upset makes you believe that the reason for being upset is real, and it's often not. It's the opposite. Give the sermon, face your challenges before you get upset. Anticipate them. More later. Thank you.
Sorry.
Just told that big guy in the background, where is he? That my wife would like him to put on pants because she's cold. She's getting intoxicated with all the authority that she's swinging here in Bar Harbor, Maine. She's got me admitting I'm wrong, and so what do you want to do, babe? The net. Is that a dog in there? Well, they got a bug. Yeah, it is a dog. They got a bug net and a dog that listens, that doesn't bark at everybody.
I don't know where that's at.
Howdy. I'm envious. We got a little dog with us too, but he'd be coming through that screen right now. Have a good one. It's just a Suburban.
Must be extra big.
He's being a good boy. You're being such a good boy. Daddy talked bad about you.
Yeah. Oh God, until now.
I rest my case.
Get down.
Oh my gosh.
Get down.
It's an example. It's an example of emotional reasoning right there. I'm sorry. I love that dog, but what?
You gotta pull out while you can.
I'll pull out, babe. You're right. You're right.
After somebody else comes in.
I know. I should pull out.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop filming.
Hey, this is just a beautiful spot on the side of the road here outside of Bar Harbor, and I wanted to stop and make a point that the point I made, I said, don't give a sermon on top of the mountain, but I went on top of a mountain to give a sermon. But you know what? I'm not even going to think about that at all. Emotional reasoning is a real thing. And thank you for being here, where we're going to talk about the caregiver personality, caregiver distortions, and just, you know, try and give you some diversion every now and then, and invite you to a world that you can't grasp right now, but let you know that it's out there and you'll get back to it soon. Thank you. Subscribe, share. See you soon.